Welcome everyone to the special pipe analysis for the gold pipe in the Halloween tour. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's just dive right into it. King Boo Gold is in the spotlight. That's the only item that is guaranteed in this entire pipe. It was a gold pass gift in last year's Halloween tour, and it returns as a spotlight in this year's Halloween tour. But it has appeared in numerous gold pipes in between that time, so it is likely not to be a new item for your account unless you are a new account or possibly a free-to-play account. Maybe you took some time off from the game. Otherwise, most of us out there will already have had gold King Boo. The main attraction of this pipe are the gold pumpkin cart, brand new to the game, as well as the golden wings. But what are your chances for obtaining them in this pipe? And should you use your hard-earned rubies to drain out this pipe? Well, let's take a look at the details right now. It's a 222 pipe, which is exactly what I was preparing everyone for. Based on the images that we saw from the trailer, that seemed like the most likely outcome based on how the last gold pipe's odds were stacked. But since we have the one gold King Boo in the spotlight, you'll only have one chance at one of these three drivers for the standard pool of your driver selection. And then we're going to be working with a pool of 4 carts and 4 gliders each for 2 high ends from each pool as we drain out the pipe. Through talking with most of you in the community, a lot of the interest is for these golden wings, and I would agree. I think the value of the golden wings will soar over time. Its starting value is not significant. It only has 7 tracks of value, which is quite low for a glider, but gold gliders do have a history of obtaining numerous paywall tracks. So this golden wings glider is likely to carry you in a number of ranked cups throughout the winter. So let's bounce it over to the calculator and see what would your odds be for obtaining the golden wings glider based on different types of budgets that players would be willing to work with. Let's just start off with a common situation, which would be a single drain of the pipe. So that would be 225 rubies that you would be willing to commit to this pipe. And what are the odds then that you would obtain the golden wings from that one single drain? So we would start off with 1 minus, and there's 3 high ends out of the 4 in the pool that are not the golden wings. So we would do 3 divided by 4, and then we would have 2 high end gliders that we would obtain from a single drain of the pipe. Now, my disclaimer is always that if you're specifically going for a glider and you obtain a high-end glider in fewer than 25 pulls, you would then reset the pipe. This is just a simple, elegant display for simplicity's sake here. And we can see that the odds for obtaining the golden wings here are times 100 would be 43.75%. Now keep in mind, if the cart is of interest to you, the gold pumpkin cart, then it's the same probability, right? Because it is one high end out of the 4 and you have 2 chances at the cart. So it would also be 43.75% chance to obtain them. Now let's just say if you want both the cart and the glider in a single drain, what would your chance of obtaining that be? Well, then we would do 0.4375 and then we would square that value. And you can see that your chance of obtaining both in a single drain would only be 19% right there. So we'd multiply by 100 to get the percentage, 19.1%, which isn't very high. It's certainly, this is a pipe, if you're after these new items, you may have to put up a large number of rubies in order to obtain them. So let's see if you were to drain this out twice. Once again, assuming that we're not going to be resetting the pipe from a top-heavy stack of high ends. And let's see what we're looking at here. So we have 3 divided by 4 once again, and this time we're going to have 4 high ends that we're going to be taking a look at. So the chance then is 68.3% multiplied by 100, and there's the percentage. And this is just a shade over 2 to 1. The odds are in your favor for 2 drains of the pipe, and that is quite intimidating. Even for a ruby stack of my size, would I feel comfortable pulling on this pipe? just with the sole aim of obtaining the new glider? And the answer is no. I would not feel comfortable personally to do that. The reason for that is because even though this item will likely carry your account for several ranked cups in the coming months, it won't provide an equal return value on your account, provided you have to make this many polls to have a reasonable chance of obtaining it, that it will be worth your outcome in the long run, right? If you just come in 4th or 5th place for that ranked mode, you're still going to get 10 rubies. And by winning the group, you would get 40 rubies. So the net difference there is 30 rubies. And in order to do that, to cover 450 rubies, you would have to win 15 times in ranked mode. It's not going to be featured in ranked mode that much, and it's not going to be providing that much of a return on your account. So if you really want to have a stringent resource saving plan, if you're exclusively looking for the new items in this pipe, it is not one to pull on unless you are pay to win or gold pass. Now, what will change the equation, of course, is if you need multiple of these items. If, let's say, you want the gold crane, or if you want a number of these cards, if you're trying to level them up, but that is, once again, more of a pay-to-win strategy than it is a free-to-play strategy, because I always say, let the rubies acquire new exclusive items for your account, and then level them up with the tickets, right? And if I swing it out to the ticket count over here, this is how I angle my strategy. I have an abundance of tickets. Clear out your daily selects and stockpile the ones that you receive through the total points challenge, the token shops, and the tour gifts, and then selectively place them on items in your inventory that will be powerhouses to carry your account forward. That's how to leverage and angle your strategy moving forward, and in a way that will make your resources very powerful, and you can command a lot of equity even with a free-to-play account. Because certainly these numbers look more like they would be for a gold pass or pay to win account, and I've spent 0 on the game. It's just through careful planning and a lot of patience and trusting in your game plan that it will succeed in the long run. So should you pull on this pipe? Well, certainly if you're a pay to win player, you would want and need to obtain these gliders, but it may cost some rubies in order to do so. And then if you are just gold pass only or free to play, should you pull on this pipe? Well, that depends on what the other items that are offered in the pipe will do for your account. If they will be very beneficial to your account, then by all means go into the pipe, because then you're dealing with multiple items that can be helpful for your account. Will I be personally pulling on this pipe? It's very unlikely, and the reason for that is because these items don't present a lot of significant initial value. If we take a look at Ghost Valley 1R over here, this is where the golden wings start, and I already have the Dream Glider, and I leveled it up to level 4 and double capped it. Now, the golden wings will likely surpass the Dream Glider in terms of where it will end up on the rankings. I don't doubt that whatsoever. And then you may ask, why did I choose the Dream Glider to invest in? Well, one is because I already had prior investment into it. So future investment is less to get the return value than it would take to catch up the golden wings in this situation. As well as if we're looking at the initial starting value here, Dino Jungle R, I already have the swooper. It's level 7 and triple capped. It's completely maxed out. It's absolutely no help there. We have an unranked city track. So the initial value, I have very strong gliders for all of these tracks. And if we take a look at the Dream Glider over here, this was a big draw for going into this pipe because the Ghost Valleys are covered by members of the Kong family. We have Airship Fortress RT. I didn't have a glider for that track prior to pulling on this, and it's a King Bob-omb track, gold, which I have at a fairly strong level. It's not yet eligible for red coins, but it could be anytime when it would be needed to in the future. And then we have multiple Kong tracks here, right? We have Waluigi Pinball T, Waluigi Pinball R, Choco Island 2RT, Donut Plains 2T, London Loop. These are all Kong tracks, as is Maple Treeway RT. So a substantial amount of coverage that I didn't have, and it's backing up drivers that I'm already invested heavily into, and When you get to that point where your drivers are fully maxed out, the algorithm in ranked mode will pair you with stronger opponents, and then you will need to invest into your carts and gliders to get that extra amount of points needed to keep them thriving on your account as you continue to tier up. As I have done to this point, tier 56, and I'm not even a year and a half in the game, which is really beyond all expectations that I had. Currently sitting in 3rd place. This is my ranked mode update for all of you. And I was hoping to come in 2nd place, but overnight we had the 2nd place player jump up to 81K, which is likely outside of my comfortable investment zone. Certainly I could catch both that and 1st place, but I'm looking to probably just maintain 3rd place at this point. And these are the runs I've done. Double Coin Frenzy on RMX Ghost Valley 1R. Interesting track there, since actually this is a track where coin may be better than Triple Banana Frenzy depending upon what's going on in the races. And that's because Triple Banana Frenzy at the first box is off the wall in terms of scoring potential. However, it's also contingent on you having badge bots. And as I ground down the badge bots, I found that actually the Triple Banana Frenzies were having diminished returns on score, and then the Coin Frenzies were scoring more. So if you are using Triple Bananas on a track like this, definitely the badge bots can be of assistance for you, because they're going to be taking more aggressive lines and they're going to converge on the points where you're dropping the bananas. You kind of have to study the path and the lines that the bots are taking so that you know the optimal place to plant them, especially on a track like Ghost Valley, which is a bit wider. It offers a larger range of lines that the bots can take. So certainly once they're badgeless, they take some funny long lines that you will not want to be taking. So this is Double Coin Frenzy, a good run, 153 actions nonstop combo. I'll likely look to go back into it with the badge bots and see what I can get with Triple Bananas. The trouble is getting the 2nd and 3rd Frenzy luck to follow can be quite challenging. Then in Rainbow Road T, I have Metal Mario. I decided to go with Metal Mario because I was working with Pink Gold Peach as the coin boxer. She's only level 3 in my account. I could take her to level 4. I'm willing to take her to level 4, but given where the points are at right now, I would need 4,000 points. Perhaps the red coins could get me there with an optimal run, but it is a trick track with a lot of jumps, and I found it difficult to get the coin boxes to have very significant value there, at least for my skill level, and some of you may feel the same about that. So I just decided to go with the higher level Metal Mario. This is a banana and coin frenzy run. I could go back for a double coin frenzy or a triple frenzy run, or ultimately investing into Pink Gold Peach and then seeing what the red coins are capable of there. And I can also look at investing more into the Egg 1 cart as well as the blue Turbo Birdo cart. I'm likely not going to invest any more into the high ends except perhaps the Zoom Room, but that is a track that isn't significant with the amount of actions that I'm able to produce, especially with the level 1 Black Birdo. I don't even really remember what this run was. As you can see, I did it before the Dream Glider was taken to level 4, and in just a few runs since then, actually, I've seen that the combo difference is substantial, actually, between having the 15 and 20% combo. So I know I can improve significantly off of that, even though I'm not getting bonus points boost from the glider itself. So that's what I'm looking at in ranked mode. Fingers crossed on the 3rd place finish, but there might be a situation where I'm incentivized to invest extra tickets and then go for 1st place perhaps. So we'll see how that pans out, but right now it's a nail biter, and I'm not exactly certain which way I'm going to go on things, because certainly holding off on the Pink Gold Peach investment would be wise for my ranked chances in week 2, since she will be my driver here for Rosalina's Ice World T, and keeping her at that lower level is optimal in terms of what kind of opponents I can generate on the account. And week 2 is a week that I would like to go in on, because we have the Ramby Runner as well as the Silver Star Shoot, both of which can be leveled up and be a major force since they're both on DK Pass as well as Rosalina's Ice World. All right, let's go into the Mega Boss Challenge here. We have Dixie Kong. We'll put her in the Ramby Runner, right? And then actually, let's use the let's use this mushroom glider. I think there's some shortcuts on this track, right? It is Choco Island. We'll see. I think it's the one right before the finish line. Yes. All right. So here we go. Ooh. Took a funny line to start there. Wow. So does the bot on that. That's pretty funny. All right, so we picked up the shroom, and let's see what we can have happen here. Ooh. That's all right, though. I think I'm going to play to steal it at the end. Oh, I have auto item on. I thought I had auto item off for multiplayer. I guess not. That's all right. We can try to go for this again in the second lap. Pretty brutal, actually. I've hit into him a number of times here. Actually, let's do a quick tactical change on the fly there. Look at that. Pretty sloppy. Perfect, though. That worked out perfect. I shared that strategy on Discord one day. I started off multiplayer with auto item on, and one of the opponents saw that surely because I ejected out the green shell and the banana. And then in between the first box and the second box, I toggled auto item to off. And I had a bob-omb that I picked up from the next item box. And then they fired the red shell thinking I would drop it before the item box, and it blew up in their face. It was kind of funny meta level strat that I wasn't even trying to pull off there. But anyway, I digress. Let's see the all clear pipe. Congratulations. What would I like to see here? Well, Funky Kong would go to level 7 if I pull him here, and I had a really nice pull in Dixie Kong the last time I did this with you. I'll put a link in the description below. One of the happiest pulls I've had. Other things I could benefit from, certainly Pink Gold Peach would get her just one ticket away from level 4. That would be a nice pull. Otherwise, I don't know, there's a lot of items I still don't have. Black Great Sale. Certainly the black Turbo Birdo cart, although the value on those things, you know, is it peak value for them? Are they done accruing new value? Every time we count them out, they come back with another top shelf track. So eventually their value has to subside because Nintendo has to promote new items and keep the game going that way. So let's go into it and see what we got here. Oh, sweet, Iron Cucumber, that's new. This one has some interesting, I did not know that was added to the standard pool. That's sweet. Okay, a new card. I think it has a fair bit of coverage, but it might be a lot of city coverage. I wouldn't be upset by that though, because that could improve my outlook in some future ranked modes. So yeah, this one is the one that came out during Berlin. And let's see, it has Merry Mountain Tea, which is also pretty exclusive. Should be coming back soon, though. We see Tokyo is there as well. Yeah, I'm not seeing any significant brand new coverage there, but it is it does have quite a significant number of tracks and may receive one or two more before all is said and done. So with that out of the way, I wish you all the best of luck in your ranked mode, in your pipe pulls. Let me know below, are you pulling on this gold pipe? It's certainly one of the best pipes in the game. It was listed as number 2 in Tabor's rankings, and I think that's a good note to close off on. Is I would just like to express mine as well as the entire communities. I think I can speak on everyone's behalf here in saying thank you for the services that you provide for the community in the way of data collection and the rankings that you share with everyone. It's really risen everyone's game and brought us all together, and that's been tremendous. He's taking a little bit of a semi-retirement from things. You've certainly been an inspiration for a lot of the content here, as well as my continued growth on the channel. So thank you so much, Tabor. I wish you the best, and everyone else out there in the audience as well.